That was hard fought. And we're only just barely getting it, but that won't stop me grabbing a ducat or two for my troubles. That's not maritime, Jake. Nope. Maritime will have to be the final idea. We don't have the dip to spare for maritime, but we're certainly hemorrhaging military power. Okay, there we go. We finally get the last of the mainland provinces, with the exception of Calais, for our perfect Hansa. Doesn't even cause too much overextension. Ah, glad that's over. Jeez, Savoy is a horror to fight. Let's get our units back. They have a lot of repairing to do. A lot of repairing to do. I'm going to need to merc up pretty hard for what repairing is needing to be done. Get over there. No need for you to force march anymore. Just chill out, my mighty armies. And all is well, except for all this, but we can worry about that later. Plenty of conversions to be done before we start worrying about coring. Good job, you guys. Onto the ship and back home. Imagine it being Tuscany instead of Savoy. We've fought these kinds of situations with Tuscany before, and we came out fighting in one way or another. Okay, they're more interested in going over to Savoy because they are just peasantry. That's good. What would also be good is getting Swamp Germany inside of us. We will annex that subject as soon as we can. I'm going to start building up a spy network on Britain instead of you. Oh, Savoy, damn you. I mean, there's not much left to do against you. I'll just give you a bit of corruption since I can't think of anything better to do with it. And England. Spy time. Now, I'm going to need that manpower and that manpower recovery speed before I even start thinking about the next idea. Regiment cost, always good. That extra force limit will be helpful towards the end when we are going for that. For now, though, we need a lot of units replaced, and that's exactly what we want our extra Streltsy for. I'm going to get a lot of them at that. To the point where I think I will have them down and merged into our other units. Ah yes, but you are getting inside of me now. It'll only take 10 years, that's what we're talking about. Because it'll allow me to dominate the node here that bit better. Truce with England is almost up, but I don't think I even need them as co-belligerent for what I want to do. Let's look 3, 7, 18, 27, 37, 40, 44. So taking this off of England, no big deal. I would like to fight them more directly, of course, but they have friends, a lot of friends. My only friend does certainly not want to help me out in war. He's just falling into horrible debt. Still has that dangerous alliance with France, you see. Well, with our money, we would be very well invested in getting some extra manpower pretty much everywhere that will give us the most. A lot of these ones don't really give us much at all, do they? Well, that'll have to do, I think. Jake, are your emotes also banned? If you don't spam emotes, you won't find yourself getting utterly destroyed. That should be simple enough. Okay, so it'll take about 2 years to have all of our units refleshed out. That's acceptable. Aristocratic coups will go away in February 1720, thankfully. That's just before when it's meant to smash us, which is in December 1728. Put Ireland out of our misery, not the English. Anything but the English. Mercy. This is not the Mercy Please FTL run. Not by a long shot. Could start constructing the Kiel Canal, but I'm telling you now, that's not going to happen. Manpower reserves definitely need to recover. Lots about our country need to recover right now. But it's okay. We'll just store all of our men up here. Alright, this is acceptable. Probably more acceptable to get better fortifications going, but if I have to be defending myself against the Ottomans around here, then I've already lost. The thing is, this is an area that I want somewhat defended. So even though it's expensive and a pain, I will probably want fortifications around here. For example, over in Tula, I mean, church, conscription, I guess the church can go. I could also develop it a bit, but that church is going. Where else, though? Yeah, Alatir could go down. Well, we don't need to break anything here. And then if you're okay, then we can have it over in Ustug as well. And that's this side defended. And we're also defended by the mountains here. Then there's this problem. We've got Ratibor, which is really pathetic. Alternatively, instead of doing you, we could do you, and that would prevent all of this being a problem. So yeah, actually I will just get rid of that fort, or even keep it. Nah, I'd rather have it here. It's more of a definitive defense. You're okay into here, and then you're already somewhat built up, so that's good for us. You're into here and into Berlin. Thuringen is not a good enough line of defense here. I should build up Anhalt. And then Hanover completes the chain going into Stade. They're expensive, but what you gonna do? At least we have something of a defensive perimeter now. Oh ho! I'm not dead yet. I can still sire a son or two. Lack of an heir is worrying. You have an ambitious and talented daughter that's impressing diplomats and foreign nobles. I mean, that's pretty damn good, and I don't want rebellious people for that long. The question is, who are you? Well, it's very fitting for it to be yet another woman. This is Dr. Afdish the Sublime. Sublimely magnificent. Magnificent? Magnificent? I always forget how to spell it. To the point where I'm gonna have to check, actually. I don't want that being over my head. No, I was right all along. Magnificent. Not even sure if sublimely works in that case, but it's who you are. Wonderful. Okay, manpower will recover. We will find a way to destroy England. Some way, somehow. Like I said, him being Defender of the Faith is kind of working for us. We just need to find the right person to beat up. Ansbach is an option. They would bring in Salzburg. Salzburg is big, but they're slightly less big with Bohemia being beaten up. Bohemia is another option, but they are allied with Burgundy. The English will take a lot of stepping on, but we just need 100% the war leader, and then we can take all of this off of England, which is what we're after. This is not part of the English channel, which is good as well. The ideal thing is just to smash England directly, but holy smokes, fighting all this, especially fighting the Savoyards again, would just be horrible. Simply horrible. And he loves his level 8 forts, does England. So how will we play our game here? By targeting Catholics, of course. But which ones? The Palatinate would bring in Austria because they're part of the coalition. Not that we're scared of Austria. They're a pain, but I mean, it's just Austria. Salzburg is probably preferable over fighting a coalition bunch. Switzerland ain't nothing. Cyprus is Muslim, of course. I feel like I'm saying something profound there. Which leaves me very short on targets that are still Catholic. You would bring in even more problems because you'd have all your cursed friends. Jake, can't you force a break of alliance? This is true. Your alliance with Salzburg could come to an end if I simply told you not to. Who are we looking at? Ansbach. They say no because coalition... Yeah, there is a coalition against me. It doesn't include you though, which is a bit off, but fit Kinemandi. Also, it probably would go a bit better if my Diplo rep wasn't down the toilet, courtesy of being sabotaged that way. And they really trust Ansbach. I mean, it's okay, we can crush these guys with our mainland forces. England just needs a cursory, maybe 2 stacks over here. 2 stacks will make it that bit easier. Okay, I have an idea. You guys should make your rounds and get everybody back up to full strength, and then we're going to go and crush England, hopefully before they stop being Defender of the Faith. I mean, it's still quite a lot of artillery that's reinforcing, so that won't be so simple. So what I do is I merge you together. I merge all of you together, actually, and then we spit out what doesn't fit in. Can't actually just do it that way. I'm surprised I rely as much on cavalry as I do at this point. It's probably not good for me, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, the Georgians. Maybe, well, looks like the Ottomans aren't keen on helping me out with that. Lauenburg wishes to rise up now, though. I don't even know where that is. Ah yes, in Lauenburg. Of course. Oh, I took you off of Lubeck. Well, mine now. And then you guys can go and deal with those pesky Georgians. Just take some mountains, they'll eventually run into you and kill themselves. And you got 6 maneuver, just what the doctor called for down there. Easy money. So, you folks. Maybe I'm being a bit optimistic that England will not be losing Defender of the Catholic Faith anytime soon. But that's okay. Hopefully. Where'd you get that extra cannon, I wonder? It's probably somebody else's cannon that you stole. They got 20, they got 20. 20, 20, and 20. So yeah, where'd the spare cannon come from? Away you go. Probably just making mistakes with composing my armies here. Sounds like exactly something I would be doing. All is well. Except if the English get military tech 26, whilst we're busy not enjoying it. That would be the opposite of good. Perhaps I should consider making some merc stacks for this, because hemming into my manpower is getting a bit ridiculous. Really though, why do I have that extra cannon? What suspicious source did it come from? So what would I be looking for if I want to have loads of mercs on the go instead of these regular stacks? I suppose a few 20 stacks of mercs will help me. No, not 209 mercs, not yet. We have a huge amount of force limit for this and plenty of dosh, so let's do it. One there, and one there. Won't take any time at all. I suppose I can fire someone that's a bit useless. You may be fast, but I think it's high time you suck an early retirement. I still like my Admiral. You had extra cannons in your 17 stack. That sounds extremely plausible. There we go. We've got back up with plenty of Streltsy, and now we have some actual merc stacks to go and do some fighting for us. We're integrating Swamp Germany. England are going to have to die. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm almost certain that Burgundy is going to allow military access for them. And we did manage to take a level 8 fort here, so that should stop the enemies from slithering on in. No cores for any of our enemies here, which is excellent. Well, unless they somehow do, but I doubt it. I'd be really unhappy if you got military tech 26. We need to focus mil to get our ideas pushed through. Much as I love tech 28 there, or 27 rather. Truce with England is up. I could well declare war on them, but I don't like that. Nor are any of these people likely to listen to me when I tell them to break alliance with England, so we'll keep that in mind. Friesland have joined the coalition. That's not you, thankfully. You love me, so you would never dream of joining a coalition against me. But with that in mind, maybe I should keep you loving me. We've already improved relations, it might dribble down a bit. But my goal is to attack you and bring in England, who I could make co-belligerent, but that's just stupid. And I should be prepared for this this war. The forts are still being built, sadly. But if I focus on England over here, which really will not even take 2 stacks, but I'd rather have 2 stacks over there. With that in mind, maybe I should just send them over now. They don't even need to be murky ones, but maybe I should anyway. I have something that resembles an idea. Let's send you guys up to the relative safety of northern Denmark. Maybe this one as well. And then replace them with these 20 stacks of mercs. And then just remember to have them do most of the fighting. And then these 2 guys can go over to England and just have a jolly good time, since they won't be drinking much attrition over there. And they can always come back when the going gets rough, and the going will get rough. Because it's a late game war, and that's my specialty at being bad at. Plenty of weaknesses in this game. That's the top one. Oh my, plenty of people. Not least of all Hungary. So yeah, you are there to slaughter the English at a moment's notice. You do that as well, because it's good for you. We will leave you folks for transport reasons, and you guys get ready to slaughter any English ships that there are around. Oh, I'd love to smack those guys on the quick. Get our units together. Okay, Hungary also wants to coalition me. Plenty of people thinking that coalition is the way forward. Hopefully, God, it doesn't really matter if England do, as long as Ansbach do not. You're a bit in a bit of a pickle there. We should focus on killing Salzburg as soon as possible. And of course, holding onto your capital will give us a ticking war score that we so desire. It's all this backup that's going to be up here, and I would probably wish they were in a more accessible area, but This is alright, I guess. I mean, the English have a lot of troops on the mainland. What is that? 340 stacks? Probably not going to be enough. I also should remember that I lost a 40 stack during the previous war. But Nietzsche's there for me. We should be good, right? And my good friend Ottomans would never dream of not joining in my wars. Yeah. Actually, I could have them join in here. I mean, I totally don't need them, but it's always handy to have an extra bit of help. Oh, maybe not. I already have you. But once the overextension is gone, my military, my diplomatic prowess will increase. It's being hampered by overextension right now. Of course, those cores are taking a while because I only just started them. Which is another shame, but that's what policies are here for. Okay, sadly we don't have one that increases our diplomatic reputation. I was hoping for that. Harumph. I mean, I really don't want to pay off their debts. That would just be sad. And fighting Salzburg is a bit of a bum job. Their manpower and their money woes. Tell me more about your money woes there, Ottomans. You got like 1,000 ducats. How many loans do you have? I'm guessing 3. They have 3 loans. I'm such a generous guy that I'm going to... Hold on, I wonder if they'd ever take a loan. Difficulty level minus 1,000. Okay, what? So even if I gave you like no interest for a fair whack of time, they say absolutely not. Okay, well, fair enough. But I'll send you a nice lump sum of cash, okay? How do you like that? Hopefully they put it to good use. They might not. They solved their manpower problem at the very least. So what I can do is I can tell them to prepare for war. And then when I strike you, the Ottomans go, hey, yeah, of course, why would I not join in? Then it's all the more tempting to make England co-belligerent, but this is a time where we should really think about our goals around here. And you never know when this situation is going to change, so let's do it here and now. Boom. Am I missing something? Feels like I'm missing something. Well, too bad. Can miss it in hell. And still that merc sits around not knowing what to do. Away you go. On your bike. So plenty of people join in. We're not scared. Especially not when we can crush the English like this. I'd rather have you guys together so you do a bigger and better job of it. Otherwise, I really want Salzburg eliminated. However, I can just kind of have a stonewall defense here. I didn't promise the Ottomans anything. They could do all the bleeding for me. So you guys get together, slaughter them with the best phase. And then we just get to work. Especially crushing their navy, that's good. That's where the bulk of their navy is. Are we man enough to destroy it? You really should get your ass in dock because the English have a lot of navy. And that's going to be a lot of problem for us. Are they running? Are they actually running away from me? Oh, I'll give them something to run away from, alright. A bit foolish not having generals on the front line here, but I'm a little strapped for them. Hopefully the Ottomans can actually transform and roll out here. Alright. Hello England. You did a good run this game, but it wasn't good enough. Where are they going to run to? Just not Kent. If you go to Kent, I'm going to be in trouble. Good. Onwards to London. It's just where I wanted them. Also, I had a navy for a while. It appears to be getting dismantled. The English are really good at naval morale. I could be better if I had the advisor, but I didn't think of him before this started. I probably got too complacent here. I mean, it's a big battle. Go figure. Money? I mean, I like money, but I don't like the clergy. I don't like the burghers getting too annoyed. But the clergy I can tell to sod off any day. Then I could always give them a donation, which was donated by the burghers. Especially if I give them even more. Like another potentially better admiral. Or a half-price inflation guy. I like the sound of that. You know, some might say, why not both? Yeah. Then they can really show me the money. The Diplo support would be nice as well, so why not? That doesn't answer any of the questions that we have here, though. Oh yeah, I was going to stop these guys being annoyed by giving them money, but is it really worth that much money? I think I'd rather seek their support. Alright, can we win on the seas? Because losing all these boats is hemorrhaging our morale. However, we might be okay. Lucky, if you will. Their heavies are gone. We should just be able to crush their lights, which we are. That's good news. Generals dying is not good news, but fit Kinnaman-D. Just waiting for our friends the Ottomans to pull their weight instead of doing anything ourselves. Alright, heavy losses for our own fleet, but that's okay. As long as we get ourselves repaired up, and there's no shipyard for us here. A grand shipyard, that's what we're talking about. Back to Norfolk we go. Get everything tooled up. And we'll have a look at that potentially even better admiral. 6 shock. Didn't I fire the admiral before? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that before that engagement. Oh yeah, this is where I sent some of my troops. That's good. This isn't so good though. That's a fort that's going to fall if we don't help them out. So we'll do exactly that. And let's let that fort go down on the double as well. Now this is a case of gonna take forever, so just gonna dump the cannons there and take a step back. Not so worried about this, they're going to take forever to deal with Pale if they even get that far. And how about we get rid of the damaged ones and the rest of you can blockade London. Well, you can hope to blockade London, you're doing a crappy job of it, to the point where the transports are going to help you out. Yeah, I'd love to do better against their navy. So they fled from us here. But in 5 years we'll have 100% due to Wurzburg, and then we can take whatever we want from the English. But until then, a few notable people need to leave. Salzburg is one of them. The Ottomans are moving out. Oh, didn't realize they couldn't actually go that way. Well, they have plenty of other ways in. Don't have access from you, but that's okay. Oh no, not Muscovy. It does mean I can't bully them for a while, but that's also alright. Love taking war score from you, but like I said, I do want these guys out. They have any particularly weak forts? Yeah, they got level 6 on their pretty much everything. Not here though. In fact, we should nail that one down before they get a chance to rectify their own mistake. Did Georgia belong to the